So
Hi.
Claudia, I didn't think we were going to come back together, but we are together. And but I'm signing out because I want you to talk to the cultural connoisseurs as well as to the other folks about the young men that are off and going to Harvard. And so this is your segment. I'm saying farewell.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Hi, Ruquan.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi. How are you?
I'm awesome. I can't complain at all. Thank you for having me on.
Yes. Thank you for taking the time to be on. I'm not sure if Natural is going to join us right now, but if not, so we'll just get started. So you are an athlete and entrepreneur, and you have a company called Love One Company, and that is an anti-violence clothing line. So can you tell me a little bit about the name and like what it means?
Yeah, for sure. So, absolutely, it's an anti-gun violence clothing line. I had a teammate who wore number one in 2017. I know the value of love. I know that God is love. I know that love conquers all. And so, if we put love first, we'll be able to accomplish our goals like ending gun violence. I also wanted to memorialize my teammate who wore number one, and I wanted to be able to show him immense love even through his death. And so, it is pretty much multi-dimensional in that matter because it covers a couple different bases. And so we donate a portion of our proceeds to an organization that buys guns off the streets and turns it into art, and we make our contribution to the community.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So now, what are you going to be studying when you go to Harvard, and is that going to align with what you do for the company?
I'm not certain exactly what I'm going to study in school. I'm very, very, very excited to expand my network and to meet amazing individuals like the people that have been on this call to be able to expand the work that we're doing in the community. And that's what matters to me. So, absolutely, with whatever I do, go hand in hand with using platforms to bless my people. I'm just not sure
Mhm.
exactly what manner.
Well, that'll be okay. Okay. And so we've actually now been joined by Natural. Hey, how are you? Thanks for being with us today. And so you were just on with the Community Connoisseurs. You are one of their youth advisors, and you were also the salutatorian for your graduating class at McKinley Tech. And we learned that you're going to be studying environmental engineering when you go to school in the fall.
Yes.
So, out of all the different fields in engineering, how did you land on environmental?
So the environmental, first off, I'd just like to apologize about earlier. I had some technical difficulties.
Oh, yeah, no, you're fine.
We straighten that out now. We straighten that out now. So, hello again. I chose engineering, especially environmental engineering, because it's really been kind of present all my life. You know, all my life I've kind of had, I would say, a special relationship with just nature and the environment. I've always enjoyed being outdoors. You know, my name is Natural, so it all goes together. But I actually started out in middle school, really, when I had first made a science fair project using renewable technology. And back then, I just thought it was really nifty. I thought it was really interesting. But as time went on, I got into high school and I started thinking about what I actually want to do. I realized that kind of technology actually is the future, and it could definitely help us, you know, with climate change and all the problems we're going through nowadays. That kind of technology can really make a difference. So that's why I specifically chose environmental engineering.
Very cool. So, you know, how are you all feeling about starting school in the middle of the pandemic? You know, how have your expectations been set by the university?
So I can start off with that one. I think that our expectations have definitely been set extremely high. You know, we're talking about Harvard, but at the same time, it's like we don't. This is like unprecedented, so we don't really know what we're about to get. But we know that they'll probably do their best to try to make it that Harvard experience that was, you know, advertised and or promised. But we also, well, I speak for myself. I don't want to speak for Ruquan, but I think I'm, you know, I mean, I might be disappointed, I might not, but I know that they're going to probably try to do their best given the circumstances. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that they absolutely are going to prioritize our health and safety, and that's what matters to me most as well. I think that that's going to definitely be the priority. Obviously, paired with you know, the rigorous academic criteria. So making sure that we're able to do both, they'll make it happen for us. I'm not concerned. Obviously, I think I have a little bit easier because I'm on the football team. So when I need friends, I already have guys that I can go to, and the natural wins too because we're connected. So guys like me and Natural, we're good. We have really nothing to worry about on campus.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And so, I don't know, how do you think or how do you hope that your experience and this achievement can inspire other young Black men and other young, Black children in your community or that you're connected to?
Yeah, I think for me, I look at my siblings first, and I look at making sure that I'm empowering, not only inspiring, because inspiration is very dwindling, sort of like the wind. It's here and then it's gone. But to be empowered is to stick with the inspiration and is to remember and wake up with the same message every day and continue to fight for it. So I see my siblings follow after me, and it reminds me that there are a bunch of kids in the community that want to do the same. And fortunately, there's also a bunch of adults in the community that are watching us and looking at kind of what we've been doing. But one of my bigger things is inspiring young athletes to really take the academic part serious, and not necessarily to be institutionalized, but to be extremely intelligent and to gain wisdom and understanding, so that when it comes to football, you can, or basketball or volleyball, whatever it is, you can capitalize on all of the other experiences and opportunities that can come with it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
So yeah, as far as the inspiration goes, the goal is definitely always to inspire. I think that especially, being given a platform like Harvard and accomplishing, going to such an institution, especially for people like us, it's definitely something that you want to try to create a cycle, a cycle of breaking the mold, a cycle of being those pioneers. So yeah, I want to set the bar high for, everyone in my family, to go out, and achieve your dreams no matter what. But also, just, the people in the community, the people from school. I'll tell you, I actually personally was inspired by individuals from my school, McKinley Technology High School, that were going to very prestigious institutions. I hadn't really seen it before, and seeing them, go to institutions like MIT, like UPenn, it just kind of inspired me. It was like, okay, I know these people. I knew them on a personal level. We were in some of the same clubs, and just seeing them accomplish that, it made me feel like I could do it. And they even told me, so I was like, how did you get in? They were like, man, all you got to do is just go for it. And I did just that. And I plan on doing just that with the next generation of people at my school and in my family and in my community. So that's my message on inspiring.
Well, that's awesome. And that really speaks to like community and empowering one another. And so, how did you all meet? Did you all meet through community connoisseurs or a similar situation?
Yeah, so we actually met through Councilman Treyon White. Shout out to Treyon. But essentially, I was doing some community service one day. I met up with Treyon. He said, "Hey, I want you to meet Ruquan," and him and Ruquan have a very close relationship, both professionally and personally. But they made it happen like that. We met up that day. Everyone was down. We all wanted to meet each other because we all had heard about each other already. So we had that meeting. We went out for some ice cream, I believe, and we got into deep discussions about very relevant things like the state of society today, what we're going to do at Harvard, why we're going to Harvard, how we got there. Things of that nature. And so we developed a bond over that time. But I'll let Ruquan touch on it too.
No, I mean, he hit it right on the head. I think that's exactly what happened. And we wanted to make sure that it was prioritized, because so often is it easy to say, hey, we'll meet later. And if that had happened, we probably wouldn't have been able to meet just because there's so many other things going on in life. So I'm very grateful for Treyon and for Vito, and for Charlie for making it happen, and for Trey. So we did it, and we're excited about continuing our relationships.
Awesome. That's wonderful. I'm glad that you all found each other. And so
Sure.
I also heard that you all were accepted into a very high number of institutions. So you want to tell the people? Or are we going to be honest?
Oh, no. We could share that, definitely. The goal is always to inspire.
Yeah.
I was accepted into over 22 institutions.
Wow.
Good. Yeah, it was a lot. And I applied to I don't know, maybe 25. I definitely used all those vouchers because I think my Common App has a limit of like 20. So that was the first limit. But after that, I just went to the institution's platforms. But also my school has unlimited vouchers. I think most DCPS schools do. So I just took advantage of that to apply to as many schools as I could so that I'd have, more options and more opportunities.
Well, listen, parents, that's great advice. Use those vouchers.
Right. And for me, the experience is a little different because I only applied to 2 schools, or really I applied to 1. I was preparing to do the applications, but because I was offered by all of these institutions already, I already had a very, very clear mindset about if I was getting in or not. And for those 25 schools that had offered me, I knew that me and my family were good to go. So I knew I wanted to go to Harvard. I submitted an application for Harvard, and the rest is history.
Oh man, that's excellent. Well, we congratulate you all both on your success, and I'm sure we will see great things from you both in the future.
Thank you. Stay tuned.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. Hey.
I don't know if Claudia is still there, but what an exciting interview to hear from these two. Yeah, we can bring her back on for a couple of minutes. There you are. Good, good. We're going to get this together pretty soon so that we have a better segue to and from or transition. Yeah, but that was an exciting interview.
It was, and I don't interact with very many high school age children, young adults, but I'm always so impressed by how insightful, perspective they are.
Well, I think that's one reason why we're doing this, because, and why you all do the bridge, because, young voices, we don't hear as often as we should. And that they're, like you said, we don't hear it often, but it's not that it's unusual or that young people don't have insights that we need to really listen to. So I appreciate you and the bridge and the parents and all that we can bring this to our viewers.
Absolutely. I'm inspired. I'm like, okay, you need to go get it. And
Exactly. So as folks, as our viewers know, we've said it before, but we're going to announce it again. For every edition of WIN TV that we bring on air every week, you will be bringing, on behalf of the bridge, a segment as well. Yeah. So I'm excited about that, and I look forward to the folks that you bring on next week, the conversation that we have next week, and until then, you have a good week.
Thanks.
All righty.